What's going on, guys? It's Jeff. We're back here over on some more MultiVersus. Almost level 31 on Bugs Bunny now, finally. So after a few days of playing on Bugs Bunny here, I mean, still like top 1300, whatever, 1v1s, I gave up, basically. I just sit around and spam 2s the majority of the time at this point. I'll either play with JT or just by myself and just spam it all the way through, do all the challenges, try to get through the battle pass. I want to get to level 50 on the battle pass, which is gonna honestly take a pretty long time just to get that Bugs Bunny skin. I want to get that shit. Be able to say that I got it. Because doing this grind, like, it is hundreds, and I mean hundreds and hundreds of games to get to battle pass level 50 on this shit. It is insane. Now, in terms of the latest update, a lot of people have been a little disappointed in the fact that, like, there's no rank. They thought they were immediately gonna get a new character and all this other stuff, and I get that, I understand, but coming during this whole season, ranked is gonna be out, I'm gonna assume, within at least, what, a month, a few weeks, couple weeks? That's my assumption. Morty is coming out on Tuesday, I think. Alright, I'll just go fuck myself. I guess they didn't want me to play that one? What happened? That could have been an Alt F4, maybe in like the loading screen. I swear people see me and see that I'm level 30 and they're like, oh no, this guy's good. No, don't worry about it. I've realized a long time ago that levels don't mean shit. I came across like a level 33 Steven or some shit at one point, and they were not very good. It was weird. I mean, I get it. It's because, I mean, they're playing Steven, but obviously there are good Stevens out there, and just for whatever reason, I was like, damn. I've never even seen a Steven close to that level. What the fuck? I was expecting him to do some shit I'd never seen before. I mean, he did some cool stuff, you know, set up like a little shield above himself, and then he put a shield out in front of him, and then he knocked me against it, and I bounced off. Like, that was cool.
You cannot escape.
Heads up.
Ah!
Defeat.
I'm not playing that shit again. I felt like I was alone. I'm not gonna play a game out. I know we're gonna lose the second one up. Using that also brought my rank down a few hundred, so those guys are pretty low. So we have a UFC event tonight, and I think there's only like 3 of the fights on there that like a lot of people really are even aware of. We got Aldo versus Volashvili, Marab. I don't want to butcher his name, but Aldo. And then we got Paulo Costa versus Luke Rockhold. And then we got Kamaru Usman versus Leon Edwards. Okay, yeah, that's fair.
I know what to do. Need to remember that move for the future. Fight well.
The fuse is
Victory!
Anyway, so Aldo versus Marab, that's a weird one because I feel like stylistically, Aldo is like he is known as the anti-wrestler. Career-long, insane anti-wrestling stat. Doesn't get taken down very often, doesn't stay down very often, and is a heavy punisher of people that try to wrestle a lot. He's very, very good at it. He has multiple highlights and knockouts and shit like that of him catching people coming in trying to shoot for a takedown. Marab is a wrestler. He is named the Machine for a reason. This dude will keep pressing takedown after takedown after takedown. Now, stylistically speaking, Marab could, in your head, take Aldo down and hold him there and just win that way, because that's all Marab has ever done to anybody else that he's ever fought before. Although it's weird, he's made an entire career beating guys that were supposed to take him down and hold him there and then just beat him up or whatever, because they know they can't stand with him. I'm gonna take a guess on that fight. I'm gonna go with Aldo in that fight, actually. I think it's a big step up for Marab, and I just don't know if he's ready for it yet. I just don't know. I really do like Marab. I really do think that he's very, very good, and if he does win, I'm happy for him, but I think Aldo will win. Next fight, Paulo Costa versus Luke Rockhold. I don't know. I'm honestly kind of scared for Luke. Like, stylistically speaking, Luke should actually beat him.
What do we say to the man-faced? Forward!
sorry. I'm teabagging. Stop running and fight. Oh, I'm one off of my assist. So stylistically, Paulo Costa versus Luke Rockhold. Luke Rockhold on paper should win. He's rangier. He's more technical. Stylistically, Luke Rockhold is an insane fight, but he's got problems. I mean, getting caught by Michael Bisping, you gotta have at least a couple defensive problems. That's no offense to him. It's just, you know, Luke Rockhold hasn't actually won a 185-pound fight since 2017. Got knocked out by Romero, then he got knocked out by Jan Blachowicz at 205.
And it's Jake time again. This cookie coming up.
Yeah, just...
Watch your fart.
He spiked me when he had already swung.
Red team.
Okay. The character's sword was completely already down and swung, and it still did damage to me. I'm not playing into that shit again. I'm good. We'll just lose the second time. It's just, for me, whenever I lose at this point, I just tell myself, these guys are gonna win Evo. You know what I mean? What am I supposed to do? You know what I mean? If these guys aren't going and winning Evo after absolutely decimating me in this way, you know, that's just on them. They're insanely good. They know they're insanely good. They think they're insanely good. They play like they're insanely good. So I hope that they go and win insanely good tournaments. If not, well, you know, shit happens, I guess. That's how I've been able to deal with losing now. Realizing that I have only lost to Evo champions. I was also playing this one game last night that's kind of like a cheaper Souls-like game, but it's actually really, really good. It's called Thymesia. I've actually been recording some reactions and stuff from like boss fights and shit, so I mean, maybe I'll make a video on it, I don't know. It's another Souls-like game where, you know, boss after boss and challenging combat and shit like that. Please, why is he so strong? What did I do to him? No! What did I do? Please, no! Yeah, just follow through his skateboard, just brain dead character. I fucking hate Jake. I'd rather play against Bugs Bunny all day. I'm gonna go with Paulo Costa on this just because of time, and I know that defensively, Luke Rockhold tends to mess up every once in a while. It is 3 rounds, so he does have a possibility of maybe surviving. 5 rounds, I would have been really scared for him because basically you need to not make a mistake that entire time. It's not like Luke Rockhold can't win, right? I just feel like Paulo Costa, you know, he just always kind of just doesn't care. Sure, his fight against Marvin Vettori wasn't that great, and some people think that Yoel Romero won. He did get finished by Izzy, but he just seems like too much of a tank to just somehow randomly get shut off by Luke Rockhold. Imagine that shit if Luke Rockhold throws a head kick and somehow manages to stiff Paulo Costa on the mat in some dramatic fashion. It would be incredible. But I don't really see that happening. I see Paulo Costa at some point, they're going to be in the middle of an exchange. Luke is going to be feeling really good, and Paulo's just going to land like a lead left hand or something. The same shit he dropped the old Romero with. Look how much free damage this character does, man. He just starts up any animation and immediately it's already doing damage. I get it. I play Bugs Bunny, but you have to understand, coming from a Bugs Bunny player, one of the easiest characters to pick up the game. Are you going to argue Jake isn't? Come on, man. I'm not going into a Jake rant. This stupid fucking character. Number 2 guy in the world is a Jake. They didn't even get a massive buff for some shit. There's like 4 Jakes and like 2 Bugs Bunnies in 1v1. I mean, given in 2v2, Bugs Bunny is obviously way better, but... So I'm gonna pick Aldo, I'm gonna pick Costa, and... main event, Leon Edwards versus Kamaru Usman. I think I'm gonna go with Leon Edwards here. I feel like if there's anybody left in the division that can actually give Usman a challenge, I think it's Leon. Leon, stylistically, is not a good matchup for Usman. His wrestling has gotten much, much better since the last time they fought. A lot of people don't even notice that they had actually fought once before. Usman ended up winning, I think, all 3 rounds on all the scorecards. He didn't really get smashed or anything. The fight really wasn't... Leon didn't get any crazy knockdown, and Usman didn't get any insane damage off, and it just kind of went to decision. This one, though, they're both insanely different fighters. The thing is, though, I think Leon Edwards has improved more than Kamaru has over time. Now, that's not to say that it's gonna be enough. Overall, the weakness of Leon, most people said, was his wrestling, but he has improved his wrestling leaps and bounds and has actually used it against people as well. So if he can actually defend the takedowns of Usman, or even defend just from being held up against the fence, because that's what Usman will do. If he can't get a takedown, he'll just hold you against the fence and control you. It doesn't really matter. Recently, Usman has been really entertaining, but I know overall, if Usman needs to, he's just gonna wrestle the way that he has always done. People have not watched Usman's come up to the belt, and it shows. A lot of people called him very, very boring. I don't think he's boring, but I think if anybody has a chance to beat him, it's Leon. So I'm gonna pick Leon Edwards in this one, and I'd love to see a trilogy. So Kamaru Usman versus Leon Edwards, I'm gonna pick Leon. Paulo Costa versus Luke Rockhold, I'm going Costa. And Dvalishvili versus Aldo, I'm going Aldo. GG's.